Hi, we're the Anime Addicts.
And now we're ready to review the sequel to Armitage 3. Armitage 3? 2!
Or Armitage the Third, Dual Matrix, to avoid confusion.
Now, we could do a previously and all that, but like most sequels back in the day, the continuity is weak in this sequel.
While there are some consistencies, like them running away to live a better life, there are many inconsistencies that don't match the premise.
Also, like in most sequels, they had to recast the voice actors. For the English dub, they are replaced by Skip Stelrecht as Ross and Juliette Lewis as Naomi Armitage.
Yeah, don't you just hate it when that happens? Wait a minute.
Sadly, the acting there is delivered poorly. This may be due to production being rushed.
In any case, let's take a look at this anime. Roll it!
We start with a sabotage at the lab, and clones of Armitage are being massacred. As the place blows up, Naomi senses this, and we turn to something else, celebrating a kid's birthday. Ross and Naomi's, named Yoko. Yes, Naomi can reproduce children. This is relevant to the plot. Naomi heads to Earth, and after a good action sequence, she confronts Colonel Strings, because of the lab sabotage. Only to be confronted by the real villain of the story, Demetrio Mardini, whose nefarious goal is obtaining the data on how thirds can conceive so humanity can create a race of beings that exist to serve. As Armitage refuses, another action sequence with a killer robot emerges. And not only is it bigger than her last opponent, but it scrambles Armitage's eyes. Then this happens. She has some sort of super hacking ability and overloads the robot. After that, she escapes only to be found by Jar Jar Binks. I am not joking. For the English dub, they got Ahmed Best to play the role of a repairer called Mouse.
As in Ahmed Best, who played possibly the most annoying character in the entire Star Wars franchise.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Wow. I guess it is true. When all else fails, lower your standards. 10 days later, we get some pointless subplots involving robot rights, with boring politics and some padding. And Mouse was informant to Demetrio. So now Demetrio has the data, well, except for the part to conceive. Because of this, Mouse gets double-crossed by double Armitages. Also, Yoko gets kidnapped.
If this was Kiefer Sutherland playing the role of Ross, that would have been a great opportunity for a 24 joke.
Anyway, we eventually get to a car chase scene, with Ross being chased by the bad guys. While he does lose them, a helicopter shows up and targets Ross. Luckily, Naomi shows up. And the two meet up, and one emotional dialogue later, Naomi and Ross start their most important mission ever, rescuing their daughter. This leads to the third act, as Naomi faces security robots with caps on. Then the robot scrambler shows up, again.
As well as a rescue. Later on, Ross manages to save Yoko and reunites with Naomi.
While there are good scenes with Naomi fighting the two clones, it's dulled by the odd padding. And after that, and the rescue, and uncovering a conspiracy, it all ends with some family quality time.
And that was Armitage Dual Matrix. This anime was badly managed. I can definitely see it being handled better, but alas, it did not.
Oh, and the bad guy got killed by some Joe Schmo that Armitage met at some point of the movie.
All in all, I'll say it's okay. In its own way, much like the first one. But I ain't watching it ever again.
It gets the okay stamp.
We're your anime addicts. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go watch some RoboCop.
All three of them?
Oh yeah, every one of them.
Even the reboot?
Yep.
What about the TV series?
Yeah, we'll fit that in too.
Goody.